Okay.
Now, a German town called Eisenhüttenstadt. Now, a refugee camp. All most Ghanaians and all over Africans now, Omusiki asylum, and of course, more translators. Be Nigeria, Ghana, all African countries. I was translating both from French to German, from English to German, and other language to German. And some of the African languages I make. Be Creole, and Sierra Leone for a Creole of Sierra Leone, Cameroon Creole, and other languages. In team virtually no, now repeatedly me translations. And now was and a group go hall so that the German authorities and I said the United Nations authorities will be a reason and no purpose at the Bahonia de so who said a group of German formula for bear 5 my back camp Jumba camp no number for coordinators in the back and they were talking Timona coordinator and a friend make a chair me say there's an issue and they want me to translate issue ni say Emrafo ni say obi practice witchcraft our camp
obedere ho
na onya allowed na mbusam say how do they determine that na say camp no more na hotel into rooms and these women Emrafo babe some in their 60s there was one young bear 40 years and say nim baby all so I've been a trainer. I was shocked because my religion does not allow such things, but per profession until now, uni any so bet makasa one yet. So I followed them with the German authorities and of course with a civil police. German civil police was part and the criminal police was part because the criminal offense. And normally call 3rd floor. And whatever they did, I don't even want to remember. But the Marathon had their signals and they were able to point a room. Indeed, your lady be that the mattress, the bed so the upper cat, lower and the unibi, double bed in be. Not that so a katan. And she happened to be one of the people near Dikai or Medikai are taking interview bare 3 days earlier on. And to Adan or day at their katan. And we say. So they call her surprisingly no again. And the German phone him the number and to me again. So it was very easy for them to say. And you miss me again. Miss me again and you mean translate. And I'm a phone catcher and say, or witchcraft. The dark one. German, the infant dark witchcraft, Emaha. Hope I saw practice here. You have to register. But you're no crying, you register no crumha. Intimin cancer. Say, of course, Germany has Association of Witchcraft. Holland will be. Switzerland will be. Austria, where more or less meaning here. Omuobi. A lot of countries in Europe, even including United States. Omuobi. For me, my religion, I don't believe it. But Europe there, when you come to the German culture, a date way back, Omu believe you say, they have, to us, in your friend of witchcraft, so in translation, you can call it also Teufel as witchcraft. But Omu believe you say, a year protect you, any direction, scientists, they invoke and use some of these things, quote unquote, in their beliefs. And they say, oh, the way baha, maybe an adjun who's baby be an or fly or maybe a wire body and hope. So they
or the prior
or flyer. They told me, say, and say, uncle. Until they forced the authorities and they said, that lady in Kranomon Pesa Obeosa refugee house into Oman transfer and back. And indeed, they did it. They supervised the same time now civil police and the criminal police made sure say they take her back. Baby then comes over then call Bashwa back in Frankfurt and they say
deporting her from that area and because
to another they don't want it. That land Christ, that is the region, they district, they cannot just let her be there because man was so practice black and they don't want it. And that was the issue. And he said Obi or that kind of now call places like Germany. And I don't think not only Germany, the whole Middle Europe and especially in the southern European countries the Italians, they are the West, who heavy witchcraft association are fortified and protected. The government is aware. And they she couldn't have argued with them. 5 girls, 5 women walking to you, a host of about 2,000, 5,000 people, almost about 5,000 people in that camp, only for them to come and tell you, say, oh, obey you. And nobody directed them. We followed them. They were following the staircase up to 3rd floor. only to point the room now.
Pick waves, no.
Room now, room now. Dano. Room pepe. Others. In Jombi a door no se diesel. No akata niti da ho no mo friend. And by ebusa and some so obey. It was difficult for me to come, but you can imagine say one main just need for my religious background. Not two, Osaka share or national country need be say almost ya be for yenye be you. It was very difficult and quite an emotional depressing stuff.
But Oman register mobile you know abwa omo yen you register there wa ha there some the win na monko.
No, I don't think say you obey ye na papa wa ha. I don't think say your side ni bi wa ha. Much as I do not believe in, you will believe that spiritism or spirituality, it does exist in the different angles. But all core countries, they rely hugely on it. Brazil is one of the countries in the world. Haiti is one of the countries in the world. The whole Amazon area, Brazil, Latin and Central and South American countries. Almost they have almost days of your friends, earth dates are almost a celebrity abosum. Haiti. That kind of a festival. Say in Benin, be Haiti. Nti countries believe. Believe. America now the Western world, the father and the world police crown. American. A lot of Alabama man. Terrible stuff for her. But it is known and recognized that attacks and Jews.
Merci about so anyway, welcome to Ghana. When you say oh Iraq, I me friend me now. One of who say why Iraq free Ghana.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks. Irbard Ibrahim, morning.
Kofi and Pom to sign.
Nyame adom ye ho ye pa.
Many Alhaji Irbard share. I think just before the election, the Kasawa University be
okay.
Emona and Eja Farijan, and also Ekasa was a program Hanom. Into the Nkomo Kakra. And it looks like there are so many areas of convergence in the areas of diplomacy, international security, in Intiminia Penny, me Bonabaso, as our AB and Abaso. Me very old friends here. Kwamina, ne Jerry, ne Nanaya, and ne other members, more boy Juma, and your bumpire so young coupon Besha Mosapo Munsio. Send a bear this multimedia, you know. More creative, Nipa Juma all across the country will grow from strength to strength.
All right, my mention Alhaji Wahab. It looks like crime. Our Ghana, Kosro. The ma ye this uncle we share all the angles, no. Yasha see afraid the opposite for which is unusual. See that targeted police in aboni true. Yes, if you are more rob banks na wo mo ayebi. But tetenanka obi a hu police ni a no ejara no odwane. But say now o ma ba be target. Crime e wo Ghana. Dey na ekoso in your perspective.
Okay, Mamindi kai enka say privately on your network personally. My culture say if there is any country in Africa okum nipa eche Ghana. Nigeria is bigger than Ghana, average numbers in terms of inipakum on daily basis. Nigeria, a bigger country, and you're talking about population is big. But on average terms, country yokum nipa on daily basis, Ghana tops every country in Africa.
Wow.
Not even in South Africa. Ghana kum nipa.
You kum nipa wa Ghana.
Our Ghana, any country in West Africa, in Central, South or North, OPA check on daily basis, and then read the diaries. We are journalists. I throw a challenge to all of you, and date back only today, date back in the last 11 years, date back in the last 15 years. Natural consistency, journalists, bankers, somebody's home, Ubia Kumnere, Ubia
Bonaparte. Buses me no pimo drivers.
You can call it accidental incidents. That one you can just take it. But I'm talking about purposely say Yakumubi. So either for ritual purposes, Yakumubi, Nere, Wamiane Bakon, or Jinsuasheniba, Wayesi, Wakunu, Yakum police, unresolved mysteries. What can I say? President Mills tells us a contract killing. Yeah. High profile killings. Journalists, Ayakumomo, be politicians, basically civil and public servants, police for the baby. It doesn't date back yesterday, and it's not dating back. It's not dating today. Just say the awareness and the impression, no, and I know because say not before no we saw those things, what you read here, it doesn't truly affect you. It's not close to your nose. It's not in your neighborhood. On your be a unim, so you don't really care. Say butcher, and now say obide ne yira kukuru akonwirem akofam no twitwa no. Ghana tops everywhere. Nipa yekumom gunwirem farm. Ghana tops everywhere. Obi ne obi ewo ekoko hu issue yakunu bebe. But a lot and good number of them are undocumented. The highlights, ebeye so big when it affects a police officer. The awareness be so big when a personality or ye big and now say a prominent person and who said the awareness. Ordinarily, there are a lot of times celebrations of even kings and queens functions near there. They know loose guns ekunkum nipa me be ukrum ha. Ni nyina no we don't call it documented cases. Say attorney general obie ne files any cases nipa ato no bo ase akum obi na family na beka say ya den boni ache na ya busu asem yaka attorney general contest cases no, whereas the contest between the crime against the personality humanity against the state laws no, Ghana still accepts say ne sofo ne fiewura na busua ne hene etimi kɔ say we de mfomso na bae ye beto adaka ne asie no. Many times a Chinese national somewhere western region ho na Ghana for boys we so mko attack no nipa be 3 at the end of the day bisam say owai Ghana supervise my Chinese national of Afrikum ha. They paid money ema ne rene ne ma ema ne maame haida ma wo mu. So the purpose, the reward and the benefit, the punishment is untrias animal no wonko happen krum ha. Those ones ye can undocumented primarily. And to Ghana there, and yes afei ena enipakum any crime rate abeye high. The crime rate started increasing from a certain level. But that level no, na first obeti so obokra obi abokro na villages in Ghana koho Kofi, Brekum, any other Prenomunka or Masamon show. Sir Cromfo Ukruman and near Din in the last 20 years. Ukra Tiabo Freebie, Etimuko, Etiki the whole country in your friend, the whole city. Mebwana. I nims away your Cromfo.
You better call along the line, you better call Boise, as the Arkansas here, and I may prompt it with that. Emrante be or move faces or mukura a true. Any day, I say or boase for platforms with discussion. Koso we see o way minimum no. Oh way or you say oh way police for cratching no inquisition way you say and their faces are known just like all cases here.
Yes, because those ones that is criminals with impunity, disrespect and abuse of power because they know where they source the inspiration. Ghana kwan ye che konfo non criminal or hine sebi etimiba ebeka semina na mekotunu for monfa na ne de na man. But we compare countries to so like Cote d'Ivoire, ma police the right because yen system ni mu no ye wo alleged Ghana police intimi nyim free in the docket. So that word alleged suspect Ghana police intimi nyiye wani police create to confrontation or the no station as suspect. At what point does the person become suspect? In the Cote d'Ivoire forces also law, which is part of their martial law on criminal offenses. Say there were certain criminal offenses are no lawyer, like in the kingdom, like in the Saudi Arabia, like in the Gulf. Your crime be quote unquote lawyer be a mahon. The system does not permit a lawyer. But Ghana Bekacho say human rights record. Yes, we signed. You can't human rights advocates or countries or subscribe to human rights. But to the extent, say, dynamism only changes as your population is increasing, as you have seen different waves of crime in your country, and you feel, say, you don't want to change. Once a sa on sano, once a sa legal status, once a sa or sentencing status, once a sa idea, then you have a terrible issue because the courts are police for you. So some of them no na affect you because this particular person was shoot to police aboni trim to you innocently wakusika ne ne ba so okojuma but the same police arrest the same person okwa it is alleged okwa the suspect or a suspect there, then it allows any legal person, it allows any lawyer. So or a suspect there until meboa is proven say a criminal. As will be to me by no bekan. But when we start doing that, let's year continue doing that. That makes us and in the country, you know, the country crime wave, it is true, it is increasing. But I want to say a progressive system. Yeah, crime rate, a progressive. It is never going down. It is ascending, increasing, rising. That is what is the country you go through. In the experience, you know, rather the mechanism. Any young boys now you involved, you know, and then young boys.
Okay.
And then I'm very risky. Risky in the sense that they are watching more movies of the world. They have access to a niyama. Or a kwan so be a niyama me baby. Wahu said they di moto. Wahu so motum baako riding and insasum. They practice it on the street. They be almost riding motor. Look at somebody do one tie if we had to go to Medina. Nina no more they practice when given the chance or cause a situation or they don't do it for nothing. It practices, videos, all of them no bother on say what if you on juma. Until they have a time to rehearse. And we are very vibrant and the youthful exuberance, you know, also help them. Technology also help them. Boldness help them. Plus alcohol, any drugs in their manner anything. It gives them the fearless spirit. So they can do anything. Life is nothing. If you have a country, that's a crime. I do that extent. Not the citizenry, the boys, you know, perpetrators, you know, that kind of heart now, you are in for a big trouble. Naturally, you know, and your country with its big security issue nationally. You need big security, but we have security challenges that borders on. Say, there were security challenges. Intelligence is what we are lacking, but general security as a country, we do have it.
Messia also says, yeah, but Mama share because of one encounter with the police and other security agencies, you know, are we on top? And I say, because the air cost, you know, I say crime any time. Or you bet me, I maneuver, I will be ancho.
A very profound preamble. Impunity a yehu ewa Ghana bambo ehon sensem no. I think say ebaka bi mamin kebi ne other issues a ebi brem ha ya ye sunya trakakra. Osha laws are made for human beings. Inti osha a criminal justice system sene minia kano. Always they say the wheels of justice grind slowly. Adams Mahama de acid eguni so ekuni ya up to now Gregory Eco Court. How many years ni? And even in the US I know as the model democratic states all across the world no. Untumi nkunipa enko scot free sa. Oko defro so anipa bebre oho a enche. Either yebe wono panye ana bibisa no. Enti the moment we revoked capital punishment as a continent and a country specifically, that was when impunity started. Because
there is a story, I don't know, it's a Ghanaian Times, and I said graphic, one of them, front page, Enra Vertin, no, Deputy Attorney General, me per that story, no. Actually, say, nipa a good day for us, no. Young Kumbi, Ghanaian Times, right? Kwame, I'm not saying.
It was about justice for all programs. So 839 remand prisoners freed. Prison population reduces from 33% to 13%. Not just homophobia, suspects who are on remand and justice for all releasing some of them.
There is a story. There is a story. Is it paper by a Daily Poster? There is a story. I bought anymore who said we should kill them. And minim if it ties into corporal punishment, which I say, yeah, revoke say no. Should we start because we are feeding them, and it looks like yenkum will be a
Kofi. So you saw iPhone and a Techno or any other phone. Otono for fra. It comes with a manual. Manual no better also for na and miaha udum na miaha. We are a religious people, even though we say this country is not it's a secular state, but we are not an agnostic or atheistic state. Yentumi nka sɛ ɛsom baako emra na de yɛ adwuma nanso yɛ nipa yɛ religious naturally nti abra nipa wobɛtwe ho efiri wo manufacturer no say manufacturer settings no yɛasesa because ohwɛ nsɛm konkono whether you look at the Torah or the Quran yɛsɛ wotu nipa ni a yɛnyɛ den yɛntu w'ani okotwa obi nsa a yɛntwa wo nsa na amansa nyina obi ehu na wo sɛ ei Kofi di saboni and sumesi di saboni say ne ton onye bi. So I believe that it is important. Shenipe kukuda ma yikum. Me no de sebe yemfe esusa. Yikum MP sitting MP a she course so say akwada no padani sa agro. Sexy don de na court or say aduane ne te say I say ye di nipa nkwa e di agro. I believe that as a country democracy is good. But as a country, nipankwa ehunhia papa. That is why we share some of the laws I wore Ghana no. Clearly, send a mini opinion Wahab Akano. There is a shootout between armed robbers near police for. It's a clear case of what can be murder. You should be killed as well. And we've misapplied ADR. Alternative dispute resolution. I think our laws should make ADR available only on non-criminal cases. If it borders on civil cases, they say many kwamina business transaction be ankoyi and paying for imams and nananoma him for and pastor bitimi abe money ne account. But if it borders on crime, on murder, the family ebusiano to me nkasa or mine, this is against the Republic of Ghana. Yes. I will say yes, because
that means only Amnesty International for being a problem because almost just as a corporal punishment, capital punishment. Obi a ye bone yenkuno womo e wada so yenkum womo ni adeno. Even life sentence no kra no munya ya nke yin famfiri ho.
Kofi Abrante kama or ye police ni ye kunu ya ye. Ni human rights no armed robbers no mo protect ya na mo protect. Ni ba totofi was say wada ni ejanka no ono ni human rights ana. I think say yentumi mfa won yankopon emra ni nhyehyeye to baby yankasa ye make yankasa ye laws. I think the fundamental thing we need to do is that anybody who kills and there's sufficient evidence say wukunipa will say we kun. No two ways about that. Only a few days ago you say girls be young girls be call hotel bimo obi PA ya kwa ko the other one ya wo ni second ya kun obesha ebe than foolish case ebe court to say at the end of the day ebe than what does it shows say it will give the people the impunity say no so as you say ya hwian si hwian tono intimi so mitimi ayebi enne Kofi yekun ode hwe won kran ana Ghana yekun no kwa hwin si.
But that is a serious statement.
Yes, so I believe that it's important that we go back to Yankasa Yusuni ya bang, ya mamreni ya manye. Shazene nipa no kunumone or moyerumo ya dida rough. Because we have become so flexible and libertarian as a society. Oh, be a yet new opesa oye. But I ain't can na entisa. Uni obi kunuda and I uni obi that you choice. You are banished. So that will serve as a deterrent. So it protected us from sexually transmitted diseases, say HIV, AIDS, it gave men the responsibility to take care of their wives and their children. But salary kakra unyan, oyere obinya be 5%, slave queens be 80%, and society has normalized it. So I think we have departed from Yankasaye culture, ya mamreni ya manye, and to be able to fight crime, we should go back to who we are.
Are you proposing, therefore, by this statement, say, religious laws like the Bible, like the Quran, and rule Ghana?
That's a very good question, Kwamena. And now, oye ne sa, abrofone wo benya problem kakra. Northern Ireland, almost the Catholicism. Any bebu man, you problems I by Iran, almost say, you problems I by Israel, almost the Judaism. And nanu yana and tokako so anrana jumpo atopa ibi almost to atopa ibi. Enti say you sue religion as the source of legislation, a bit may create a problem because of our diversity. But there are common denominators. Respect for human life. Christianity respect, Islam respect, Yankasa Yamamrani Yamani Nanano Mabosum respect. So those universal values of morality, respect for human safety, peace and security. And we may not necessarily quote the scriptures, but we should make laws that are in tandem with Nema Yankasa Yejidi support. So I believe that is where we need to drift towards in tackling the spate of murder cases. And again, Kofi, you see, I don't know. You see, radical, extreme circumstances require extreme solutions. Many of those who carry out these crimes are ex-convicts. Yechilangada, chances are free if you say by enche. Obi to me nipa ishutu nukuno, chances are wako prison. And I believe that our prison centers should be reformative. So say Adani academies for churning out hardened criminal. Me we are banchi. Kwame na sebe. We are akoko. Nani pafofro wodi ewu. But we find ourselves within the same yard. Inti shared in common, and then there is transfer of expertise. Inti nipa ni be piano is already angry with the system. Ebusian so apono. Because mame ya ba ex-convict, obi an person oni ni be bibia. So to find a sense of belonging, the person will go and join a criminal syndicate. Inti, I think yechi nipa non-custodial sentencing, nipa to say Alhaji Wahab ni others have talked about it. Community service. And with the bonia and so be brave and yekese and la pass or quine something to make you feel it. But if you lump all of them up, nipa also war busters, they say only hardened criminal and they occupy the same space. Until I think the security challenges are here. It's not about the national security in Nimnia or Moye and our police for in Nimnia or Moye. This society needs a complete overhaul. We need a reset. Materialism or ritual killings, nipa de kake sieba yenimi juma oye. Many of the kids who are around 22, 25. Now bloggers in some trip with your moichi. So our multi-million-dollar fee our East Legon. Now done our idea yedin hua. So these are people we are setting up as role models. But if you are 25 and you can buy a house at East Legon, when did you enter the job market? So you see, these are some of the, if not, ebedani to say, dani da isi ane ababe kasa after that na be before SAC. So I associate myself with some of the things I mean.
With the handicap angle of the security agencies. No, Alhaji Wahab, corporal punishment, definitely, capital punishment.
Amnesty International or advocate against capital punishment. Amnesty unique country, a organization. They don't make laws for countries, they propose. Obi na te na association, ni organization, and odi ye na juma na odi jinisika. France na omu free. There are a lot of organizations that emerged from France, US, etc. post Second World War. And abroad France also. And Ababi grew to have a political power. And Wababinya diplomatic power. Our nunutimi esete on the face of a president. No catcher and say, ye say, and I say, Mimpe we say, ye say, our country. Amnesty International is not under any UN umbrella group. They are not. You can call them say, UN partners to some extent because of a Juma Omoye. But that does not mean say Amnesty beat martial law at the American country Ghana. And that is where we get the mistake. We make a mistake.
Ever since you sentence be to
Nebacho or yeah den kwese jawum.
Ye jawum. Okay. No, Obia you sentencing it to life by hanging anyway.
Nebacho, if you want to know the whole country in the last 50 years, or Ghana Prison Service. Your biggest prison, and I said the maximum prison I had in Sawam. Corner Kokoshe se nipa se na death row. How many of them? Omunu 40. In the country you come nipa to that extent. Yet, ebi omomo death row nyina no enu 40. Our maximum prisons. Inti omo kum nipa, where are they? But young caught the same prison, like Irbard made mention of. Niyan koshe Oma area telephones several 5 years. Yanko Emanu prisons at Insawam, where they have about 128, 190 prisoners. Kosha Omukrama Ema Akrashenechi or several. Tomatoes 40 Ghana and Okojubi tomatoes were in Tria. Or several 1 month, 6 months. And they write, I'm sorry, with hard labor. Nonsense. Do you understand? A case that I picked up some years ago. Or bar, or G, or Omo Maso Koji tomatoes, or Abublish market. Yeah. Or Jubi tomatoes about 100 Ghana. Or ton tomatoes in our market. Nebayari. Genuinely, one ton tomatoes in Nebewu Obamanewu. Or the Accra no de Yusu scan. Accra Central Police, the woman reporters who were dealing tomatoes car. Okochin, the woman was sentenced 6 months. Poor woman or that market. One in the bad market. A man did that hubi. Only mobia. Yadiniko police station. Who knows that woman? Police in a prepare docket very fast because we need our day man. A call police station, the Ghana old law system, primitive medieval system. Are you guilty or not guilty? So if you have a system that is still operating, when the British post-colonization gave you, guilty or not guilty, they gave you because at that time no, they were protecting the white society. That is why they brought that word, guilty or not guilty. I'm guilty, near sentence. So I'm not guilty, go to remand. Is that not what we are practicing now? Where is that? Where is our common sense? Anything no, Obano.
Sorry, be Americans is here. Farmer jail 10 years for stealing cassava.
Yes. And I shall prepare lawyer judge in about Tinase. What they say, applying him or be sentence obia where you call it loose profiles. Obia where loose innocent person. Ya share Ghanaian judge so do sit na we see bien book commissioners in the lens ye at the tone no. What they say. Na yi the court clerk is so akasa. Silence. Order in court. Madam, and I say boss be kasa. We ya na wanye. Me ye e den ne bae me makom duomo me be school fees ntina mkotu abanche. Se waji atum se oye de akọ 6 years. Papa gban no asori rather okon chambers excuse me okodwonzo. This is what we go through on daily basis. But there are cases where people are to be given the right even to explain say bikram ye say no. Two things. Did you do it? Would to me ye anamanye why anya akoreman oye akodem. Is that fair? It's all about that. It is any panifis or cancer or ye. Now be sentencing instantly. And your back as a wanye. Now on remand because or a hardened person, prison is nothing to them. But in any case, say oh call prison. Now I share like he was making mention of segmental. How they group them. Where would obia or light crime ebeda? Where would look Bronx, United States of America? A rough chair baby. A do winter time, American drug addicts, any bad boys, you know, only dying, our bedino, or light crime, or coaching or bass, my dear. Obu how the inside a twinship, no dia say. Or the Jew asuma dear, let's say ye capture na ye china, a crime. Niger sentence no, ye bemano, as my brother said. Ye bemano, punishment, civil, easy punishment. Of course, you have to do it. When himself crime will be take it 3 months. But yeah, crime I won't expect no. Obi bet me 20 billion in Ghana. The person will never see jail. I want a lifetime because it is what charge and bail or good lawyers the system permits. Anything ama aye so easy say nipa easy here ni sabi. Yes, you are cromfo you will be an asodin or no nebeko jail. Oko jail na un separate no what did not come the so-called attaches. Now, Oma Tumbo asa training no. Wakodi 2 years. Oba girlfriend wonya bi. Wakodi 2 years. Oba obi anware no. Wakodi 2 years. Ono ani fie kro fa make up ameje. So what do you want such a person to do? Man must live. And you kofi obehwehwe group a ode no ho bebo wo mu. Because like if utie enema prisons, Ghana prisons, e den no mu ntimi nye no ho. Kofi den no nye ni prison ho. Obi wa condition
fraud bebre na tracy a ho na copy.
Ho na copy. Mini mami bia
mobile money.
Yes, mini mami bia obi omu scam no. O copy ankafo na na boy ni da. Koshe prisoner. Watch and bono. Koshe prisoner tade ehye no. Oji mami no over 380,000. A country like that Cote d'Ivoire be pure about you straight away. So Cote d'Ivoire made the law when the crime rate like today Ghana was increasing. No. Police ni bia be hu obi. Set to bottom and ask what tree obi and now wakum obi no. Police ni boat try man 300,000 CFE. Yes. And the corner bidie 300,000 CFE. Police does not need in Cote d'Ivoire in matters of criminality say woman wabo obi tuaku no. No police will take you to any court in La Cote d'Ivoire. It doesn't exist. Straight away. Or do court. No police na je sentence the amount. No do ko ya pugon. Do you understand me? Ya che kron for higher bone awie. Ampa ye den a we pra obi. Mr. Adoma, we pra obi. Ya che sa kron for na. Cote d'Ivoire police ni na obeje no. Onfa won court in process o. Eye truth wa ye you know. Or do court straight away no akojelu. My story of just 2 weeks ago in my own backyard me fiechi. Oba wa pon ma me akwa wa pon wa ye fasting. O ma sorry 30 days ye chairman wa wie. And you make 6:37 p.m. Mimi fie ha danso ma ha. Oba fie. Na ni Pentecost for ma me for white bonitri ne bag keto obo ne nwom okwa mro de ba. Na boys too aba be hia no. Shia na onfa ne bag mra. Ma me so highly spirited. Onfa ma no. Bible ni 50 Ghana ne dem. Awia and you make 6:30 crowded street. Omo drag ma me den to form a so onya bag ni mu. And a boys who say no. Attract it because so you sekai. Take it off no. Baby omo kono me back. No omo say road ni nko. Entom di moto no koye na road na nko no. Na omo yes omo turning around. Omo turning around no. Boy na ba akuro moto no so no. I'm sorry. He's even a handicapped person or riding moto no. Ono the boys na finishing no. Guess what happened? The other one or teach one or so is dwane no. Yawo quick bi da ye kire ho. Python se guma nye easy. Aya danso ma ha. Yo quick bi o Python so mu che dogs so mu che enkokoda bi aye hu omo. The boy ran into thinking so rubbish and okoto mu. So the boys knew said that boy ne there he's already a forgone sorrow. A soul oko. Eno kum baako. Eja na ma ne to police for be fa body na na Jubilee 11. In the name of somebody's Bible and 50 Ghana cedis. Guess what 2 days later na boy na pop up e creek in sunsuo no so. Emwa na yinani ni nose na ha nyina under 2 days. So look at innocent young boys. Amazing how they died within 1 day. 2 boys because Oji Obi 50 Ghana cedis. Pentecost ni ma me so mfa ma. No way. E be a Presbyterian cabbage. Pentecost on fa ma. Methodist ko beje. Pentecost will not give it. Because believers are carbon pie by Yamin and Nanam. On farm.
But I'm also this is instant punishment spiritually.
Right.
I mean,
two souls,
yes.
Over 50 Ghana and 1 Bible. 2 souls. As somewhere 2 weeks ago. 3 days and Sana Kofi Mimam. So what is happening is that Kofi. Back to my brother, Irbard. But I'm surprised why you have to pick 2 paper boys to come and talk about security. Don't do that again. Next time bring one to no. Ghana, we don't do that. President Christian, Vice Muslim. You bring one Pentecost. Don't do that again. What I said last time, my former boss, smart permanent. one security you be ha say you say na ye pe bibisa don't do because yeah mindset no e be na ekọ because capital punishment was a minu akasa no somehow no ye be drifted because we know where we are coming from. And indeed, in all fairness, countries are must show a serious justice systems against crime. You cannot have a total percent. There's no country in this world that or 100% clean record of crime. The bigger nations who want apparatus security system no for them no face crime changing. However, the system works. Ehunu wo ho nipa ni suro niam bi there are certain things be omutimi. Do you understand? First, again, back to the police record and what the code the police are using. And then thing will be ahata sebi emai pant any towel any sponge hang so apex boom. Na kronfo ko wi na police just say armed robber. We be read the document. He stole a pant. 102.9. Does it sound?
Yeah.
Kofi, does it make a sense?
No.
Empty
pant na kwa na G string.
Rude ones in Libya. Very rude, but it's okay. Obia Cromford, Medina, especially. I want the area be a boy seeing wear panties, papa. Yes, I need that command because a lot of them don't hang on panties while Montanane, none sponges and so na pex boom. One morning in the cop, Nipa walk China, na police actually, armed robber. And he said, armed robbery near their corner, what docket is what the judge is judging the person, armed robber. Into one root pants is taking him 3 years in jail.
This is Angel.
Dross. G-string didn't got 3 years in jail. Would you say, Okoba, that anger my brother talked about it, we need to be angry with the society because he believes that I had nothing more than a pant. Which some of them will even be 5 seasons or 10. Kofi minim how old they are now tono. But
Nana ya saying
Kofi Auton is saying
what's our Victoria's Secret?
Interesting.
If you have a Victoria's Secret in the
$50 back home. 50 back home. Nana ya 50
set of 3.
Me kana yaka ordinary 5 CDs Cantamanto now obi koria 5 na so obi koria pant na so sentence in 3 years what are you trying to what did they nature no obeko ebeba now obeye a monster now obeye aggressive no akosua niam ni ye these are the boys omu ba o masters na wo jail no achirom se kwaha ko hu wei now I pick arms and Kofi crime there country be no only crime but we are suggesting and we are saying say Ghana crime no progressively no simply too much but Kofi enipa kum any police for kum no it is becoming a simply too much unbecoming. May read the IGP or say every bank only womaka billion banks a billion vans ho asem wa one for bulletproof billion van yebeja police service. I beg to differ. It is not a question or a matter of billion van. Country have billion van, bulletproof billion van. Me say police. How many bulletproof cars na police war? They don't have. The whole Ghana army, the whole Ghana police. How many bulletproof cars? The presidential detail convoy bulletproof in him. And how do you expect a billion van or benye bulletproof? But the type of the cars, listen to me, but the type of the cars our police allow the banks to use as billion van, that is the issue. IGP, not the billion van with bulletproof.
Merci about so say video be our have and Farouk Al-Wahab. This video.
Yeah, because you assemble two papers.
Ibrahim. Video be a say prisons are somehow can you know. This video where you from the prisons. We know more channels ano. Sunyani prisons. Enti we eboa na dia no kakra enti obi a wonnim nom kra no esua enti hu se wo mo asan lie ewo ho de ohyehyere ni die say wutum se omiamu pa owi a no wa pass piece no e de ama we and akokora ye otu ai ono so be gini piece we say we ye inside o prisons ho enti se wo kọ na wonye obi a wonim nom kra no a now okwa kosua ewo and they are coming out more trained, more hardened, and are now killing.
I think say all the time me say yebebo yankasa ye ho sobo no, it doesn't solve any problem. Only 2 weeks ago, as part of our forensics intelligence and security program, we graduated about 70 men and women in uniform. Some of those who come through for our lectures will be 30 years experience as a police officer. So I don't doubt the competence and credibility and hard work and industry of more or more juma at their mind. I think security is a collective responsibility. To me, the BI say our police for I say Ghana security at pansam. The only selling point for us as a third world country, any yasumdri, any bambo I was say. And Twitter, or more considers or more their headquarters for Africa. No. It's not because they are home fair and BBC. It's because of the peace and security we have in Ghana. African Continental Trade, our model secretariat at Baha. It's not because they have FS in South Africa. You assume the any a bambunti. Now we are UN Security Council, Ayatwa Bama Ghana. And overwhelmingly, we had the largest votes. Dubai for UAE, no Mokahu, Albania, no Mokahu, Gabon, no Mokahu. But Ghana had 185 votes. An overwhelming vote of confidence in our peace, safety, and security as a country. Inti yeshrisa a good year we are this treasure. Then I think it will not augur well for the Republic of Ghana. Foreign direct investments, FDIs, into Mimba Ghana, Biumini Kikau. Into Kofia or to consolate children. Who are said there? Mamma Autumn Bibia or La Paz or Quayon, so was said there. We should no doors to kakra. Sometimes we see the crime brazenly take place. It says, Kate Bassi na Nipa Widi Bonino, Naya Kanasha baby, all in the name of your protector. Into Obia, everybody has a responsibility.
Question Kitwe be I have say. I have indeed, there are a lot of the crimes it is undocumented. As we said, isn't it because of our undocumented crimes, and the man outside wouldn't feel say because the recorded ones, the documented ones are few, so they want to think that we are that peaceful and secured country. Therefore, they can give the secretariat of certain international bodies and stuff like that. Don't you think, say, if we record all of them and document them, probably we won't get far to where we are now.
Emerante, was street language, almost say packaging. Ghana packaging your whole Senior Kofi ne Wahab kind. I don't know of a single international convention, resolution, and a treaty a Ghana and ratify.
We are the first.
Oh, climate change. Oh, yeah, but we
are the first.
Human rights.
First to sign ahead of United States.
It creates an impression, say, Bibia Ekoso Tortin, Ewaha. So I agree with you on the issue of lack of documentation. Send a mini opinion, Abdul Wahab Akano. But Kofi, in a serious country, right from birth, who social security number? We are now struggling to count the people. And how useful or resourceful are the cards? If you go to serious countries, you can't, spend cash, physical cash anyhow, because there is a trace. There is a trace. So monthly expenditure, it is say. So if you do any expenditure out of the ordinary, the FBI or the New York Police Department or the Justice DOJ, Department of Justice, has every right to question you. Say, Kwamena, how come there is a fluctuation in your expenditure this month? And then Kofi Obi salary, 1,500 and now 2,000. Obe hit just like that. You need baby a free back. Now about banking hall or deposit 200,000 Ghana cedis. Obi and Bisano question bia. Obi and Bisano question bia. Intina me say ye de blame no beto say BNI National Security mo yo mo ejuma and Ghana Police Service enyacho. We all have a responsibility to safeguard the peace and security of Ghana. Into what said anything. means so much said there anything. The cover-ups are becoming one too many. When him say ni pay odi boni landlord when him say I'm renting omo behind dying anopa omumpie omo bebo music so anaju na omupie. You should raise a red flag. Rent control, any national security, they should have a database. Yet in crime, landlord ni landlady ni here and say the envelope pofu aba. The only questions they ask is within the sign, na ya tray receipt. No background checks.
This is Angel.
No background checks. So I believe that we need a formatting of the whole system. And we shouldn't say Ghana Police Service and now the army and BB or more major. We need to conscientize people about security, and we need to make it an everyday conversation so that about somebody our international community name say we are the foremost in TBB or the Baha, Ebola or Modi headquarters for West Africa or Modi Baha and COVID or Modi Covax say Bagana neck and first crap. BBI our first row. You understand? Twitter if we Africa Continental one I believe that is a good international reputation. But Abonti or Serena if you soon it doesn't serve your own purpose.
Home crime.
And we need to tackle
and
those
let me
security issues.
Brother, in the area,
Okay. Sir, Ghana, the way we see, like my younger brother said, that packaging. I think they deceive outsiders. Because hypocrisy, any Ghana does not operate, let the world know our loose ends. Crime rate is seriously on the rise. And as a country, we have to own up and admit, say, ye did some money. We have to own up and admit, say, Ghana, ye kum nipa too much. We have to own up and admit, say, you cannot just take Oba. No, abono na di jashishino. The system, the justice systems allows say abusuafo tim beka ya pacho was so nyebi one no kwotena in less than 3 months no wakunu. In less than 3 months no wakunu. On say no na more. And Kofi is a contest between what the country wants and where the country is going. But when Ghana laws were made, the country population post independent was just 4 million. You've grown up to over 35 million and still counting. That's also on your law. And again, one stupid thing that the country, I'll use the word again, one stupid thing the country is doing. Every country that wants to control security in this part of the world, don't keep your police in the barracks. Every country. The people must, the police must. I've heard Ghana governments, Nana Addo, President Mahama, President Kufuor, President Rawlings, all of them, they come on the podium and promise, say, your basic police barracks is completely a funny tale. Reason being said, if one police officer lives in my neighborhood, wakes up in the morning, no shiny uniform, now appear no acquire, the people in the area know, say, the uniform there's a police officer, and send a kind of fears and waves in the people. What would the police, militaries for defense for the state, keep them in the barracks? That's okay. But the police that are supposed to be with the civilians, you know, what the woman in also Kwakugu barracks. Na inspector, corporal, DSP, omote police barracks. Police in Libya sabi ne at the barracks away concern because woman near Jumaye. I'm sorry, that's the reality. Now we keep police be a nipa be 60, no me to one kitchen. Nipa 60 no me inti. Se ni kunu person will sit down man in Marqua. Yes, also indulge in any way or the binyeska. However, the purpose of the police is not felt by the citizen because say BBC area anajo upo bi kwa freno but say yemma police for yemom sika na yedi twa danka amom single room yaman one door no window no timu owo enya ne fault jan na man sika na high dan no in the neighborhood. That is how German control their security. That is how Holland control their security. I've lived in a house in America. My neighbor now, nene a CIFB na minim na no motive for 3 good years. Until one night be in suito. The car be su ho no mi yom ne man am jacket. Meanwhile na a day before no, mako celebrate back birthday, mako photo crab money them. You live with them. So early warning signs they will be able to. The police living in the neighborhood, CID. Obetima hu baby a gangs in war. Onim baby a boys in war. Pass. And again, the system say Yafa will be free tamale ni yɛde ko wa yɛde ba asangregwa. It is also an all system of the policing. It doesn't control crime. Leave the police o pekin Kumasi de chemso afaneto de chemso o pekin or south faneto south se o pekin or dansuma ya faneto dansuma oni baby dansuma bia bo. It is a criminal area where it is already detected. The old days white man kept you because say osi police barracks because what musuoto and he didn't want you to come and attack them. So those who were trained to know how to handle arms and keep on police record so that they will keep. And when we say Ghana police old system say baby I the police town barracks biano they no tiano no bibidi there be bringing and tiano. So he controls the in and out flow because one number to my rights against them. That is why the police barracks was created. Chama broche baby o police barracks. Chami Dubai baby o police barracks. Chami Saudi Arabia baby a police barracks. So Chami Bangladesh baby a police barracks. So why are you so governments of Ghana promising some basic barracks amawomu? Disintegrate former bases in your offices. Kodo koko he. Obakwa na mane ko police former when you concern ekonoko.
Inspector any constable yire.
Haka say DSP near India o misu one toilet. What you say? Enti problem beba. Enti ma wo free barracks. No one tell neighborhood. CID frontier neighborhood. Don't keep them in any barracks. Now the crime rate you respond to the issues in the urban and now pay answers. You don't commonly have to keep on and still insisting on idea 64 years ago. What kind of country are you doing? We are building a nation. And if indeed we are building a nation, you build with the circumstances, you grow along with the circumstances, and then with the time. So you have to invoke what is called dynamism in security system. If you don't do that, now the old method in India, Ghana cannot, and we cannot solve our crime rate. With the police in Iba, how? What they need 2 billion kwanese a year? Obewu, yebekunu. How? Young man, I felt so sad yesterday. What has he done? Now again, the billion vans, the banks, you know. Now share bank, now the billion van the case in Abese bit is a praja. Padlock to twice say, banks, are you crazy? What kind of banking are we doing? About you've noticed that. Look at the vans. Look at the vans. Car way. Now the padlock. And to say if they were able even to attack the police officer, opening the padlock, no, what they just common knife creating be a padlock. No. Is that so? I'm saying that the proposal is that IGP should rather ask for billion van bulletproof. Police haven't got bulletproof, so they can't get by. It's not easy to buy bulletproof. Name on vans and your proper vans, big vans. Nani
Padlock
can you imagine? And so be at the salon. A police and a driver here. How long padlock we say? Nana ya bit maybe.
Yes, so per Manchester crowd here twa na ebi.
Within a matter of seconds. What you say? What the carpenters by you we are first canon. And this when to me you abeko. Because say Ghana again, your banks no, Mumusa banks are where you can say insurance only insurance at you. Only insurance. And in the profit now when you're not, as I could be BM, a fine department panya jumano, sa profit in Yano, Omokotna, bank your friend is saying, management meeting say, Sikase near the Denim Krombakandi account, Nom da Coma Bank of Ghana, Sekaya Buni, Yogusu. These are the things at Ghana we are not prepared to face the reality. And any country that is not prepared to face the reality, indeed, the Ghana country, about talking cricket, we talk too much more than acting. And there are simple things. Some of them, we don't need Ghana police in any barracks. Let them be free. Let them have the freedom. Let them live in the public. Let them pay accommodation strategically. CID on high dama womu. Na shase yentimi chichiwem before they start up.
Farouk Al-Wahab, anopa yebeda se Irbard Ibrahim on sebeda se